Hello everybody, my name is Steven Marqueteros, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Yes, it's the one space program that will keep going on and on forever until we finally reach pretty much every planet. I have no idea what the set goal is for this time, but we will continue. Right now, we have just gotten to the moon, and we're running into a bunch of financial trouble because we really need to upgrade this and launch something that can land on the moon, but we do not have the money to do that. As you can see, we only have 200,000 Kerbal bucks, and it costs 225,000 to upgrade the vehicle assembly building to more than 30 parts. And on top of that, we also need the money to launch the rocket in the first place. We're also going to need to upgrade our R&D lab at some point because we can only spend the max of 100 science at a time, which I guess we haven't breached yet, but it's starting to get a little bit up there. Last episode, we ended bringing back a mission from the moon, which collected probably 180 some science. It was really awesome. I remember that mission turned out impossibly better than I ever would have expected it of being able to. So we've really been focusing on rockets so far. I don't actually know if we should focus on planes because, well, I don't know. We haven't really touched too much on planes, but I do have this suspicion that stability enhancers are going to become very important in the future for allowing things to take off without falling over immediately. So I think we should probably get that first before we begin to do some other stuff. Landing will also become important because we're going to need to perform a landing on the moon. I actually think that's what we might be doing. What modules do we have? As far as landing, we have that one module, so we don't need the lander can exactly for landing on the moon. It is nice and light, but yeah, as I said, not exactly sure that we will need something like that. We can get some more science stuff, but yeah, I think we're gonna have to go definitely for general construction because we really need stability enhancers to improve things from falling over. Also, struts will be very nice to have once we can actually use them. I mean, that unlocks a lot of aerodynamic stuff, but we don't really need fairings yet. And I think fairings still come after this anyway, or is this where fairings become unlocked? This is where they become unlocked. Alright, but yeah, I don't exactly need that right now. Besides, I shouldn't be able to... Oh, requires any, not requires both. Really? 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 Requires any, not requires both? I feel like it... Oh, there we go. This one requires all. Yes. That'll be fun when we get to later stages. I've never actually been up to this stage, only in single player stuff, so... yeah, that'll be awesome when we finally get to there. But I think the other one I said I wanted to get was... I don't actually remember what I said I was. What was the other one I wanted to get? I was just talking about it. Was it landing? I think it was landing. Whatever. Well, whatever it is, we don't actually need it right now. Because I found something even better that we can do. Yes, I have found a contract that will get us... let's see, we can do the polar orbit, or we can rescue a Kerbal. Man, that would be fun if I had the spare room to do that. Actually, could we put a unmanned module aboard that, and then we could get a pilot to get in? Let me load that up there. What is that exactly? It's called the... Oh, man, all of the names are so incredibly confusing here. I really just need to name something better. Alright, so can we load up the auto-saved ship? Is that... I think that's the one I was using. It looks quite familiar. We're using all 30 parts? We are using all 30 parts. Alright, well I can already see some of the things we're not going to need. We're not going to need scientific stuff, especially like this. But we will need a battery. Alright, okay, so let's put the most important stuff on here first. So I shouldn't need the probe body on the way home, but do I have small enough probe body? No, I only have the really big probe body. Alright, so what if we take off the parachute from here, stick on the probe, and then we put the parachute on top of the probe. Okay. I'm liking this better. Darn, we're going to run into a lot of electricity issues. We need the biggest battery I can find. Sure, it's 200, so this is going to be our better bet. Oh man, we're putting a lot of stuff on top of this. I don't want the parachute to fail on us. What else can we do? Oh, we can remove the science. We don't need that either. Alright, so let's get rid of the science. Okay, this leaves us a lot more room for stuff since this is going to be quite light. Alright, I think I wanted to put an antenna. We don't need to put an antenna on it, that's alright. Can I add more batteries? I just need to add more batteries. 29, 30. Oh, darn it, we need to add solar panels to this. I need to remove something else. Can I remove anything else? Can I remove anything else? Well, we can probably take this one off since we've got the other one on now. And we can up it with a bunch of solar panels. Where are my solar panels? There they are. Alright, so I'm just going to hope, and we're all going to kind of hope that we can get our angles right on this one, and that our engines will keep us alive for long enough to get us to where we need to go. So let's call this one the Rescue one, because we come up with the best names around here. Alright, and I can't put a stability enhancer on that. What do you know? What do you know? I can't stability enhance that. Alright. Looks like we're still going for non-stability enhanced launches here. Crew, we don't want a crew for this one. Yes, it's going to be completely controlled by this. Does it even have like an SAS system on board? Well, I guess we'll find out along the way. This is going to cost us a total of 15 grand to do in the mission. Did I actually accept the mission contract? I hope I did. Can I check from here? No, I didn't accept it yet. Okay, let me exit. Then we're going to want to find our orbit, and we're going to see how we should take off compared to the orbit we were given. Alright. Let's go into here. Rescue Patson Kerbin. Awesome. Okay. Alright. Well, we'll accept your contract, sir. This is going to be fun. It's going to be very fun. Science data from space. We can also do that one easy and get some nice stuff on the side. Temperature scans. Ooh, we don't want to go do that one. That could get scary. To their destinations. Ooh. Suborbital spaceflight on Kerbin. That seems very simple to do, but that doesn't actually give us a whole lot of money to do that. It just gives us quite a lot of rep. I don't really need a bunch of rep. I need quite a lot of money right now. That one would actually be really easy. It's just a simple suborbital spaceflight. But again, it doesn't give us all that much money, it just gives us a bunch of reputation. Alright, well, that's it. We've accepted the contracts that we've wanted. Let's go back into the vehicle assembly building and make sure that we're not restocked with a pilot again somehow accidentally. And we aren't. Good. Alright, we got even more money now. Got enough to cover the advance of this trip without things going awry. Haven't looked at the orbit. Keep going in and keep going back out again. This is, it's really a struggle here. Alright, let's look and see what is going. Oh my gosh. What did I accept? Is that the right thing? No. Looking for Parsons debris. Yes, what did I accept? Oh, that's the contract they want me to fulfill. Well, that's a pretty big it's a pretty big polar orbit there. Whatever. Probably in geostationary orbit as well. Okay, so that's where he no, he's here in this very low Kerbin orbit. And it appears as if we're... Oh, darn it, we're a little bit late to the launch where we should be. It's alright, we can catch up though. I'm okay at Rendezvous. I've much worse at other things, especially AP Physics. Whoa! That was quite crazy. Alright, we're looking for the Rescue 1. No pilot. Launch. Alright, here's to a good mission, hopefully. Here's to a good mission, hopefully. So yes, launch. Alright. Let's get on our orbit. Let's get on our orbit. Technically, it should be significantly lighter than any other time we've ever launched this rocket, so I am hoping to have pretty good feelings on this one of having enough fuel to get us to where we need to be. We're technically not doing anything completely out of the ordinary. We're just saving lives. Saving lives is always amazing. Okay. Here we go. Come on. We're going to go for a little bit of an earlier gravity turn as well through the atmosphere. Usually I do it a little bit later, but I've played this game quite a lot over the past few weeks. Just not exactly on camera. I think you would have better enjoyed it. I'll stay here while this burns out so we don't blow our engine apart. Alright. And, ooh, man, if my SAS can get back under control, we can kind of go on to like a 90 here. Pull. This is the most loose SAS I think I've felt in my entire life. It is all over the place. It is really kind of just doing its own thing. Alright. Steve. Come on. Let's get her up. Let's get her up. Let's get her up. Up and around. Up and around. You can do this. If indeed we want to match. She's at 80 right now. Or is it a her? I don't know. We'll figure out when we get there. 80. Alright. Well, that's what we want to be at. It's not the most amount of room to get us into an apoapse ever, but what are we supposed to do? What are you supposed to... Oh, are we out of... Nope. Yeah, now we're out of fuel there. Alright, let's give ourselves a little bit of boost. Boost. Look at that boost. It's pretty impressive. Alright. Got our next engine activated. And we should be lighter, more maneuverable, faster. Lovely. Okay, let's switch down to our 90, or horizontal, so we can get all of our velocity there, and we can start to fall with a whole lot of style. All right. Steam, about 77 kilometers. I think I'm going to want to start to burn, maybe a little bit before, maybe a little bit after. Don't know, we'll see. 6, 7. All right, this is sort of where we begin to burn. I'm going to do that a little bit on the orangey side of things, and our down from horizontal, so we don't gain too much vertical height, too much displacement, as they would put in fancy physical terms. Yeah, I think we should be good. I don't see why this wouldn't work. We've launched this craft before in similar configurations with more mass, and I do believe that it has gotten to the moon before, so I'm feeling pretty good. Right now, our main concern is just fuel. We really need to get the pilot in here, so we can do stuff. I was going to say, can we actually get a crew report with no crew even being inside? Alright, yep, this is going to be simple. Yeah, we still got a whole nother stage on top of this one, and we're pretty much in our orbit. Alright. Here we go, and cut. That looks good. 75, 85, that's actually quite off. Can I actually... Oh, our targeting systems aren't actually advanced enough to see when the next time we're going to approach is. That's always fun, so let's get to an apoapse or a periapse and then adjust accordingly. We're going to need to speed up to it, which means I'm going to need to lower my orbit a little bit here, yeah, especially here. And then hopefully we should be able to catch up to it. I think that's going to be, yeah, definitely the shorter way. Otherwise it has to catch up to us. Well, actually that might theoretically be faster. Actually, let's do that plan. That plan sounds more fun. So as we have tons of fuel to spend, we have quite a bit of time to spend, as long as... It's just a little bit harder to time up, especially if you, when you don't have any sort of a rendezvous system. Not rendezvous system, but like a orbital prediction system. You kind of gotta just wing everything. So we'll just kind of let it catch up to us. We'll just kind of burn this out a little bit. Yep. And then while we're flying around and waiting, it is zooming around the planet, waiting to meet up with us. I don't know if that's actually going to be enough, or I might even just completely overdo it. Well, we'll figure out at some point. Alright, maybe one more time around, and I think it's maybe 1 or 2 more periods, and I think we should be good. 120 kilometers. Auto-saving, awesome. Alright, 140, that should be fine. Alright, here we go. This is where things start to get a little bit more intense, I think, once more. There's something flying around my room right now. So I'm flying around. It's getting incredibly distracting when it's going in front of my second monitor with the audio recording going on it. So as you know, Kerbal Space Program is the most difficult game to record ever because it has loud spaceship sounds that you can't always drown out when you really wish you could. And I think, yeah, we've actually significantly overdone it to the extent where we're back at where we originally started. Alright, yeah, obviously speeding up is going to be the next best option for us. Oh man, that was hilarious. That was absolutely hilarious. I feel great about myself now. Alright, whoa, we're shooting past that. We're shooting past that. Stay in line, rockets. Stay in line. Stay in line. Okay. Burning retrograde. Still got like 200 more units of fuel left. Alright. And oh, there goes that stage. Let's do that and not hit that next stage. I don't even want to know what that would do. Activate the engine. Whoa. Okay, let's not overdo it here. Let's not overdo it. Alright. We also don't want to go... darn it, now we're inside the atmosphere. I was about to say, I don't want to go inside the atmosphere. That would be rather unfortunate. It's probably better to maneuver ourselves with a slightly smaller craft as well. Okay, getting into position. 70. Alright. Well, we just time accelerate and we wait for us to catch up. Shouldn't be too long. We're technically on a significantly faster orbit than them. Not like, well, I mean, it's not like significantly faster, but it is faster nonetheless. We go out to the Space Center, where things are not locked to specific times, and then we can go into the Time Warpy building, the viewer thing, and then we kind of just speed the game up as we watch it kind of just go. And we can run it a lot faster from here. Alright, look at that. They're almost together. Almost. I think one more orbit. Yep, that overdid it a little bit. They shouldn't be too far from each other. Alright. Let's get out of there. Actually, no, wait, we needed to be in there so we could reselect the vessel. Alright, Orbiter Mark or Rescue 1. Yes, now that they're close enough to each other, we should pretty much just be able to fly the pilot using RCS over. As long as we know the direction of where the other one is. Is it 48? Oh, 48 kilometers. That isn't particularly close. Oh, actually, we can get on target. Alright, so there is our target. We need to burn... well, first we need to cancel out our velocity from the target. What do we have? 176. We still have quite a lot of fuel. Alright, we're still at the sun, so... let's just cancel out all of this velocity right here. Alright. This will probably put us into some sort of death orbit. As far as I know from the actual targeting system, it means that usually you're about to crash somewhere. Oh, actually, our orbit's changed a little bit. Alright, and then we can really set this to fly towards our target. So then we gain a lot of velocity towards the target, and we get dramatically closer to it, but we just have to remember to slow down again. And then once we're, you know, close enough, like within visible distance, it should be cool. 42, 30, there we go, look at that, it's getting significantly closer. This is exactly how I normally do my transfers with space shuttles. Not always, I mean usually I actually like dock and stuff, but sometimes you don't actually have the ability to do that, especially when you run out of fuel or other such stuff. Alright, here we're getting back into the proper plane, and then let's speed back towards it again. Doesn't matter that we're off a little bit, so it's not too far away. If we were much farther off, I'd want to do this a lot. Or if I was a lot closer, you'd do this much more accurately, because otherwise you end up crashing into the craft, and that usually never ends well. Just as a piece of advice from Stephen Marketeros. Stephen Marketeros, pieces of advice come not free. You have to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Haha, just getting some marketing there on you. That wasn't incredibly effective. We weren't going fast enough towards it. Could we still up our velocity? We can still up our velocity. Alright, there we go. Now we're heading quite ridiculously fast towards it. Alright, here we are. 765 for... There we go. It's about a kilometer away now. Alright, then we just cancel out the velocity, and then we just make the quick journey over with the Kerbal. Let's really cancel out this velocity so it's easy for me to fly out. Alright, switch over. Look at that. It's just one little capsule with Pats and Kerman. There's a guy. Awesome. And then we basically EVA. There's nothing in here, right? Didn't think so. Maybe we can board it. Then crew port. No. That's not really useful. Alright, let's EVA out. We'll have to do that anyway when we get back to the other one. Oh, no, I need to let go. Space now. They've reassigned these keys a little bit. Alright, then we've got a whole 5 units of EVA propellant to use, which should be plenty. Basically, we don't need to accelerate the whole time. That's the very fun part about being in space in a zero-G environment, is where once you apply a direction and there's nothing really, or apply a force and there's nothing really to stop you, you continue moving in that direction. That is also Newton's, I believe, first law. Object will stay in motion unless acted upon by an outside force. So yeah, basically once you just start heading towards something, you just kind of chill out and let it go forwards for a time. But when you're in orbit, it gets a little bit funky. Things start moving around. The direction you're moving gets kind of a little bit it's not fun in the world of physics. Alright, and there we are. Look at us. We're here. We can use our lights too. Look at that. Look at us using our light. Awesome. And then if I really knew how to play this game, I would be able to orient my Kerbal to get on this better, instead of him flying off every time I press grab. But yes, there we go. Now he's aboard an actual space vessel. Alright, now he can take his crew report like I needed him to do. He can keep his data. Do a flyby of the moon now. I'm just kidding. He's not going to do a flyby of the moon now. And now we just hope for dear life that we can do a re-entry without all dying. So let's just do a quick autosave so something bad and terrible doesn't happen. Alright, and we need to go back into orbit mode. Here we are. Alright. Ooh, man, we're flying all over today. Alright, and then we just burn retrograde until we get down into an acceptable orbit. Ooh, here we go, that's an acceptable orbit. Yep, and the debris flies right past us as it continues into its... Actually, did it gain velocity? It's like going. No, it's just still normal. Just looks like it's going far away because we were really close to it to begin with. And now we sort of begin to burn out all of our velocity as we really kind of convert that all into horizontal. Well, it was all in like horizontal, but it becomes kind of atmospheric now. And now we're on the daylight side, which is kind of where we wanted to be. I'm not exactly sure if I wanted to be in the water, but, you know, sometimes you just have to live with what you're given. Alright, so as much as we can cancel out of this, it kind of really mitigates the effect that re-entry heating will really screw us over in the end, and we're really not traveling all that fast anymore. Yeah, we're on a serious suborbital trajectory now, instead of being on some, like, super trajectory like we were on. Alright, and we kind of just wait to fall. It's not going to be a whole lot of re-entry heating. I mean, there's going to be some, but there's not going to be like a ton like usual. Probably not going to have anything explode. Everything's going to be kind of normal. We're going to use lifting body effect a little bit to keep us up in the atmosphere. Give us almost a bleed off the velocity before entering into the thickest part of the atmosphere. It will be an absolutely fantastic time. Alright, here we go. We've become a little bit of a plane now. Yep, there's lift and body effect going. Look at us. Barely falling at all. Alright, let's get this really back into horizontal. Or vertical. Sorry, man, I'm getting my directions all mixed up today. All mixed up. Alright. And we're falling. And let's burn off that last of the velocity that I probably really don't need right about now. Alright, let's just activate the parachute. There we go, and parachute should be activating. Ooh, I'm getting a bit close to the ground there. That's because I have all this spare stuff with me. Alright, but actually, can we save that? We can probably save that. Now that I think about that. Yeah, if we can land with this safely, it doesn't get blown up in the middle of the ocean like it normally does. Yeah, we just turn on the engine a little bit to really get our velocity down there as we approach the sea. Probably save that. Look at that! Look at that! We've just saved a lot of money! We were able to save the fuel tank and the engine. Awesome, and we saved the pilot, so that's great. Oh, we got some mail. He's now part of the space... Oh, we got a free crew member, too! Oh, that is so lovely. And we've also retrieved him from out of orbit. Alright, let's... we got the space stuff, so let's recover the vessel. Alright. And... now we should be good. Did we get our money? I hope we get our money. I really want my money. Look at that. We even somehow got science from recovering a vessel from orbit. I don't know how we're still getting science from that, but we are. We recovered a bunch of funds because we were able to save a bunch of stuff. Look at that. We saved 10 funds on the monopropellant. And look at how much liquid fuel. There was 1 unit of liquid fuel left. We saved 1 fund on that. I am impressed with the space program. We weren't able to save any from the oxidizer, though apparently the oxidizer is cheap. And, yeah, stacked decoupler. We saved 338 funds. The fuel tank. Look at that. 2,600 was recovered. Awesome. And now we have 300,000, so that should cover a lot of our costs, but I think we're going to have to save that for the next episode, guys. If you enjoyed watching me get something into orbit, please do not forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. You know, tell me what you thought of the episode. Tell me how you think I conducted that mission. It was a little bit weird, I know. Kerbal Space Program doesn't work 100% right 100% of the time. So, yeah, otherwise, I will see you guys next time.